What's up guys, Syed here, and today I am in the 2020 BMW 320i G20. So this is the latest 3 Series that you can get in the market, and this is the 320i Sport, not M Sport. Okay, this is just a Sport version. I drove the Giulia recently, and then this was a car that I really wanted to compare it with, because the 3 Series has always been known to be very dynamic in terms of driving and all that. So yeah, let's compare this 3 Series and a Giulia, because to be very honest, the Giulia is in this segment, right? I mean, I drove the A4 3 Series, the F30 and the E90 and the C-Class and the Jaguar. The Giulia is by far the sharpest. So I wanted to, really wanted to get behind the wheels of this car, and then we can do a comparison more or less. So Michael, the first question is, why did you choose the BMW 3 Series?
So I was looking at a couple of cars in the similar segment, which is a luxury compact sedan. So I was looking at the CLA, the new one, the C180, the W205 C-Class. Was also looking at the Audi A4, it's the B9, it's the latest one, right? But what struck me the most about this car, it's got to be the looks. It's looks are subjective, but I think it's a good car. It's quite fierce.
This car looks very similar to the E90 Generation 3 Series, just the different headlights, the shape, the shape overall and all.
Quite different from the F30.
Yes.
It's more of like a evolution rather than a revamped version of the same car. So yeah, that's what I like about it, and also the size. I'm quite tall.
By the way, the owner is about 1.98 meters tall, right? Almost 2 meters. So you couldn't fit in the CLA, is it?
I could fit in the CLA in the driver's seat, but whoever is sitting behind me
no problem,
has got to suffer. It's really problematic. Similar thing for the C-Class also. Because of the roofline. It was quite difficult. Because when I tried it out, my parents were there with me also. Then they were like, wow, really can't go in the back.
So this was was this the only car that was comfortable for everyone, or?
I actually didn't get to try the Audi. But when I first stepped into this car, I mean, just the interior, the size, everything, really. Because I was looking at this and the C-Class and the CLA, right? Because we were all at the dealer together. Then this was just amongst the three the clear choice. I was looking around also, but looks-wise, size-wise, everything. Got to test drive it also.
So this was the standout.
This was the standout. For my needs.
You've owned this car for about a year already, right?
Yeah, 1 year.
So how's your? I mean, it's not very long also, but how's your experience so far?
Good.
No issues.
No issues. One thing I think is the sunroof. Sometimes the sunroof cover. Sometimes closes halfway, or doesn't fully close.
This is automatic, right?
This is automatic. I mean, now they say it works fine, but
you mean like sometimes it just stop halfway?
Yeah, sometimes it just stops halfway, or it will go here and then it will come back up.
I think like a sensor issue.
Yeah, but actually, what I did is just reset the sunroof by like holding this button for like about 10 seconds.
Then it works already.
Payment posts. Yeah, and it works already. So just once in a while do that. It's not a big thing. I can live with it.
Okay. Other than that, everything else has been up to your expectations.
Yeah, up to my expectations.
What about fuel consumption for this car? Do you drive like fast, or how's your driving style?
Sometimes.
Sometimes young guys like to drive fast. Okay, got it.
Sometimes a little bit of spirited driving at 10.8 liters per 100 kilometers.
So that's slightly under 10 kilometers per liter.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually that's not super good or anything.
But it depends on the way I drive also.
The tank on this car is 59 liters, right?
Yeah, 59 liters.
And
usually if I drive really normally, I can get about 720 kilometers.
720. Oh, that's not too bad. I have to do the maths, but okay. And around 95 lah. 95. Okay. Next, what do you like about your 3 Series?
As I said before, looks. I think looks is very important for me for cars. First thing first, the looks. I think it looks very fierce. The headlight, and this is not even the M Sport version. This is the Sport trim, right?
Correct.
But even so, I think it still looks very fierce. Looks very menacing from the front.
Yep. Agree.
Secondly, the size. As I mentioned, that factored into the buying decision. I think it's like a baby 5 Series. I've never driven a 5 Series before.
The G30 lah.
Yeah, the G30.
It looks like a baby 5 Series.
Yeah.
But the driving feel, I can tell you right now, is very different.
It's very different.
Very different, yeah.
Yeah. What I like about it also is the handling.
Yep.
It can take corners very well. I mean, it's heavy downpour now, but sometimes around corners I can take it with a lot of confidence. Also the exhaust note.
This is stock exhaust or?
Stock exhaust, fully stock.
Okay.
Sometimes you put it into Sport Plus, you rev it to about 4K RPM, because it's no soft limiter. There I can hear some.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. What do you dislike about your 3 Series? Nothing.
Wow, I mean, really nothing, man. But if I have to nitpick, when I first got the car, I have to get used to how the transmission works.
Okay.
Like getting into neutral from drive or from reverse, you gotta be quite gentle with it.
In terms of like
because when I first got it, sometimes when I'm in reverse, like when I want to park the car, then I want to go to neutral. Sometimes I push it too much, then it will go into push it down too much, then it will go into drive.
Oh, okay.
So you have to be really gentle to go into neutral. Yeah.
It's a BMW thing where one push to the next gear, right? You don't really have to shift through the gears.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, but I got used to it within the first week. You just have to be quite gentle with it.
So just my overall, first impressions. This drives very differently from a 5 Series G30. Because the 5 Series G30 is like the steering is super light, like super duper light. Like you can turn it with one finger, that kind. It's really very very light. And then it's also very comfortable. Yeah, I'm not saying this is not comfortable. This is also comfortable, but just sitting inside, it feels like a totally different car. I think because the steering is a bit heavier, a bit onto the heavier side. Not as light as an Audi A4 or a Mercedes C-Class. So but the engine responsiveness is, for just a small 2 litre 180 horsepower car, the engine is very responsive. Okay, slight turbo lag, but from a 2 litre engine, single turbo, it's quite expected. This car, the suspension doesn't waft about. Like there's no bounce in the suspension. Like it just, in a way, like sticks to the road.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I meant when I said sometimes I can take corners very confidently.
Okay.
The car makes it like that.
So in a way I can say this is a bit more blunted than the 4 Series. Because the 4 Series is quite floaty. In terms of, it's like very comfortable,
Which 4 Series?
The Grand Coupe. Yeah, 20. 420. You can really feel the steering like get heavier immediately.
Yes. I mean also a bit jerky at this Sport Plus.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. You can really feel the engine working hard.
And I don't know if it's placebo, but in Sport Plus I feel the brake bites. The biting point is earlier. Bites more. I don't know if you can feel it like in the ring.
Is this sharper than a Giulia? Unfortunately, no. The way the car just like a Giulia is like it pivots instead of turns. It's like something you just have to experience, then you understand. It's, by the way, if you guys are considering between a Giulia and a 3 Series, or you're wondering which one is sharper, Giulia is sharper, but this is also very good. But Giulia is just, the sensation is just different. It's like eating at McDonald's. You get a Big Mac or you get a McSpicy. Both are very nice. Both are very good. Yeah, just that the sensation is different. It's like that.
But I have some guys in my car group chat who have their 320i's up for sale.
The G20?
Yeah, the
Okay.
G20 320i is about a year old.
Okay.
1 year, 1.5 years old.
Okay.
They sell it, I think around 170, 170, 180 something.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, you got this car last year during circuit breaker, right?
Yes.
Do you mind sharing like how much you paid for it? Because I remember that period cars were like lelong prices, man.
Exactly. Yeah. My COE in and of itself was only 36k. Scat B COE.
36k.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you compare it to prices now.
Now it's like 60 something. Right?
60 something.
Yeah. Okay. And what was the overall car price for this?
186.
186. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is a PI version, correct?
This is a PI unit.